Okay, dokey smoky. Well, it has been a long while. Oh boy. Oh boy. Have I been procrastinating? Uh-oh, the dairy-o, procrastinating. Makes one jittery to do so. Ay, ay, ay. Well, I was writing a lot. I was writing every day, and then I was writing almost every day. And I felt good, solid. Like a man, taking care of business, set my priorities, take one step at a time to achieve my goals, all that stuff. That's what was happening, and it was really nice. And then summer came. There's something about that summer sun. As soon as I put the shorts on and the flip-flops, and traditionally I get very little done. And that's what I did instead of writing. And at the same time that I wasn't writing, I had this yard episode that had been percolating for a long time about love and heartbreak. And I couldn't get it out of my head, and I couldn't get it out of the pipeline. It was jammed in the tube. It was in the pipe, and it was and the pipe started to get bulging out like this, and it was gonna explode. So I just turned my back on it. I was like, I don't see anything there, not looking, and I don't see nothing. Don't know what you're talking about. Da 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 da. Twin creative blocks. I didn't just stop writing the novel because it was summer. I stopped writing the novel because it was summer, and I had come to a pinnacle scene that I needed to write, that I knew I was going to write eventually at the center of this novel. And I had arrived. Writing it frightened me, and I didn't want to write it, and I didn't do it. That's what I didn't do. I didn't do that, and I didn't make the yard episode, and I bagged on them both. And I just lived my life. I went to work. I make films for other people. I did that successfully, and it was very satisfying. And I got into my car, and I drove around driving around in car things. I ran errands. I went to the grocery store. I drank beer with my friends. A normal suburban life without creative stress. I just did. I said, fuck it. Fuck it. Fuck it. I've got a nice house. I bathe every day, and there's food in the fridge, and the kids are happy. I'm just gonna enjoy it for a while. Fuck off. At least that's what I was telling myself. Was the reason that I wasn't doing the things I needed to do. And then one day, late August, the house was empty. Not a creature was stirring, and there was nothing pressing on the job docket. And so I jumped into my German rocket, my speed machine, and I went to the Black Ball Ferry, got onto the Black Ball Ferry, took the Black Ball Ferry to Victoria, and then I tore up the length of Vancouver Island. Because if you have a car that can go 150 miles an hour, you should go 150 miles an hour every once in a while. And that's what I did. 150 miles an hour. It's a lot of fun to go that fast. Twin turbos just humming underneath your footballs. To the end of the road, Port Hardy, and I got out and I sat on a log on the beach and I started writing. And the tide went out and I was riding, and the tide went farther out and I kept riding, and the tide stopped going out and I was still riding, and the tide started to come back and
The sea rises and the sea falls. English-speaking peoples call this the tide. All great endeavors have a start point and a final moment. Or so it would seem. Take as example the tide. Sometimes, as you can see, it's quite low. And sometimes it's quite high. Are these merely the beginnings and ends? Or can they also be understood as undulations of a continuous love affair between celestial bodies? In this case, Earth and Moon. A cycle within a cycle within a yet larger cycle. Leading us to a question we might pose as we steep in the hot water of our lives. Is there life beyond Earth? Oh look, moon jellies everywhere. Wow, lucky me. In I go. And I was riding and riding, and then the tide started to go back out again, and I was riding, and then it came back in again. I was riding, and then it got very dark. I wrote the central peak of our tall tale. It's a beautiful feeling. It feels really fucking good. I got over the hump. Oh, I made it, motherfuckers! And then I slipped and fell, and I've been tumbling all the way down to the end, pen in hand, just scribbling out all this shit that needs to be scribbled out. Re-entering the atmosphere, and bits of the spaceship are flying off. I'm like riding. Yeah, so that's good. I should say that I made a stop, and I partied with the good people of Nanaimo. God damn, the people of Nanaimo are good people of Nanaimo. Nanaimo, I love you. Mwah, mwah, mwah. I love your waters, I love your shores, I love your houses, I love your moors. I love you moors. I love you moors, Nanaimo, Nanaimo. I love your bars, I love your Nanaimo bars. Although, I can't eat so many anymore, but I had a good time in Nanaimo, Nanaimo. And then I came home and I just conquered the yard, that yard episode that had been bedeviling me with its whispers for so long. I just did it. And it was a 3-hour episode, 3 hours long. So I cut it and I edited it, and I cut it and I edited, I cut it and I edited, and I ended up with 25 solid minutes of me talking about love. And love is dangerous. This 25 minutes is a hot potato. This is a hot potato, like this, ow, 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 ow. And it's not ready yet. It's just not ready yet. I gotta take it and rethink it and remold it and sit on it like an egg. I gotta keep it warm with my butt. Fix it, and then I'm gonna put it out. Just get all this, get it all out. Just get it all out and keep going. Just go ahead and do it. And that's where I'm at. I'm gonna keep on keeping on. I'm gonna keep working. In the meantime, let's send off with me reading page 302.
of my shocking novel. Bedded behind the curtain of unabated rain, and she lit a fire behind the tree line and stood before it in the smoke line in an attempt to dry her cashmere bedclothes she wore under her rain gear, which was inexplicably soaked through, as was her tent and sleeping bag, which had been put away wet and which came back out of the bag with the sound of dog food leaving the suction of its can, the foley of which she knew only from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. She never owned a dog or fed a dog, anything but table scraps, and that didn't make any sound at all. She had not fished in the rain, and she ate warm porridge and canned milk and the remnants of the honey gift. The rain made the ocean a foreign, unloving, dangerous, dark, unknowable creature on whose back she rode alone. No boats were on the horizon or passing as a surprise nearby, and she lived in a posture of death. No more did she look into the sea. She was now in space without a suit or sealed ship. Most of the day rowing, she could not feel her body, a child frozen in the dark of an empty home, the pure, unobscured spine of terror. The edge of the middle was near, and she would not be found, swallowed whole and crushed, and it rained for what she loosely counted as 6 days, continuously without end or momentary respite, and the sea became beneath her a blood red, black until stirred by blade or seen in the shallows, or rolling in thin waves up and down the sand, or contained in her cupped hands. And the loneliness of the social canvas persisted, and on the 10th day of rain the islands were rounded rather than sheer or abrupt in their rocky heights and shoulders, dollops surrounded by long flat stretches to the waterline, Polynesian. And as the light segued from gray to dark gray on its way to black, she could find no perch for tent and boat, but only thick rafts of ingeniously knitted silver threads of lost and dead wood drifted to place to be entwined, and now laying on the sand of low tide as one sure-shaped reflection, and pouring out from beneath there lay innumerable bent lines of red liquid, bleeding out from under the stack of shore bones and running down the length of the exposed beach onto the undulating lip of the receding tide.
Yeah, nice.